I think I forgot to do my intro screen. I'm gonna blame muscle memory. Whoops. All right. Well, let's go. Welcome to the stream. As promised, I promised yesterday that we would be doing game work today. We'd be writing code. Writing code is what we will do. I have this prototype that I've been working on off stream. It is a multiplayer dungeon crawler, top down. I've got these graphics that I slapped together. You can kind of see the quality of art that is at play here. So it's all placeholder, but it works. It works. It doesn't work well. There are bugs I need to fix. Oh, also, this lighting works. Occlusion here works, and this works. So I can create a server here, and then we'll create a client here. Now the camera doesn't attach to the client's player. Whoops. But, you know, I'm not fixing that today, but I need to fix that at some point. There's a mob here as well behind this button. Maybe I should move the button. I should move the button. What am I moving? What is happening? Okay, there we go. Let's just move that. There's a little mob here. This mob has a health bar right here. And the player has a health bar right here. And if you stand next to the mob, your health bar goes down and their health bar goes down. The mob is not synchronized to multiplayer. So every player fights their own mob right now. That I need to fix as well. But what I'm going to do, because all of this is placeholder code. All this placeholder code. It's all gross and disgusting and we can't scale. And we've got these scenes and they're also gross and disgusting and can't scale. And it's all put in one folder. There's no scaling. So we're going to start refactoring. The big thing I'm going to do today is refactor the health bar. Instead of it being called progress bar and progress bar 2, we're just going to create a health component. We're going to have everything that wants to have a health component. You implement a health component, it tracks your health for you. The health component will implement a UI bar. When you modify your health, it will automatically update the UI. No need for a UI handler. No need for anything like that. It doesn't even need to be in our scene. It'll just happen automatically. That's my plan. That'll be one step closer towards something that is scalable and long-term and good. I think I want to just call this folder components. That's going to be a huge folder. I plan on doing a lot of components. So for the game jam, I did a lot of inheritance because it's familiar and comfortable and it's technically fine. This time we're going to do composition, where if I want to have a feature for any object, like I want mobs to be able to think, I'm going to create a think component. And then every mob that wants to think implements the component. This is a little more flexible and it should be a little easier to have like default behavior, which is what we effectively had 99% of the time. But it was messy. It made like a really big, all of the movement code was in the entity superclass. Made it really annoying to dig through and find. So components. And everything we do here is not final, because until we start we're in the content generation phase, because I'm still learning. I learned all about multiplayer yesterday. Before that day, I did not know much. I also learned about lighting like 2 days ago. So if we make a mistake, we can fix it. We have the time. health component. All right, hold on one second. I still have a sore throat. Okay. I spilled water all over myself, but it's okay. I'm waterproof. We begin by creating this health component. It extends node. Does it extend node? I don't think the health component needs to extend node. I'll stick with it for now. I'm not sure if node is very heavy either. Like if we extend node, that doesn't have a big performance cost associated with it. Maybe it's important to extend node because we're going to implement a progress bar, and the progress bar does need to be drawn. That needs to be on the scene tree. So maybe this needs to be on the scene tree too. Hold on, I have to cough again. Okay, we have our health component. I need this to contain a progress bar. How did I want to implement that? Was that going to be a subcomponent? I can't remember. Hold on one second. I have to think. Man, I was so confident what I wanted to do like 30 minutes before I pressed the start button. Create a health component, create an on-death signal, create the UI components for health. Okay. This needs to track health and maximum health. Var health, var max health. Yeah. This does not need to call process. We're not called every frame. I don't think we're going to be doing a lot of that. We can just use signals to make that an efficient thing. We don't call it ready. We're going to call it init. But I don't know. What do I need? I wonder if we can do something like func init health int float equals 100.0 max health float equals health. Does that work? Can we have a can we reference one variable inside another? I don't know. Also, this probably shouldn't be a float. We can worry about converting, because the progress bar needs a float. So we can just worry about converting that in the component. But for now, health param, max health param. Okay. Health equals health param max health. No. This is, we're not making that mistake again. All right. Snake case for all variables, camel case for all classes, and then yeah. And then, like, this is the basics of we're done, but what we can do is we can have a setter. We can have this thing emit a signal. Nope. Signal on death That's not how you do that. How do you make this emit a signal? Like the syntax. Signal on death. I mean, that looks right, so I'll just stick with it. But over here we have our entity, our health, which is an int, by the way. Set I, an umpire who determines state and result of game. Global signal scripts works better when you name it Wardenclyffe _ tower. I think that one went over my head. We can have this to where if health less than or equal to 0, emit on death. What do you mean not found in base self? What am I doing? Emit signal, of course. Ah, it needs to be a string. Yes, there we go. Tesla's crazy tower. Ah. We can also elif health greater than max health. Health equals health. I. Health equals I. But we should also do like a if health equals I, return. Don't bother. So we could also have it emit a signal that's like on health change, but is it worth setting that up now before we need it? Or could we just set it up when we need it? Maybe we can set it up when we need it. This function is less than 50 lines, and I don't foresee it getting much larger. We are going to create a progress bar, but we don't manage that here. We need to manage that in a different script. Does that make sense? Do we have a subcomponent? Or should we manage that here? Does the health component manage its own UI? I don't know. We need this to... Let me look what I have right now. So I just got this bar down here, and that sucks. This bar is where it needs to be, but it's the wrong color. But it's otherwise correct. So I just need to make a progress bar. Let me open up the mob. Or didn't I use a color rect for my game jam? I can't remember. I just go. Okay, we're gonna do it here. If that turns out to be a mistake, we can just refactor it. It's totally fine. Var health bar. Progress bar for now. It should be a texture progress bar. I think there's no reason. I don't know why this exists when texture progress bar exists, but for now, Um, is there a way to turn this into... There is. I can right click on this, turn it into a scene, reparent to new node, or save branch as scene. And then I can just instantiate that instead of having to do a lot of nonsense. Let me create a subcomponent folder. Let's create a source component, subcomponent. We're going to make a health bar. We're going to call it health bar dot scene. And then here in init, we're going to say health bar equals health bar dot instantiate. Yeah, and it's not declared because I think I need a script. Oh no, I just needed to name this. All the stuff works in Godot. For years, nested prefabs gave everyone nightmares. I'm glad it's not the past then. What am I doing wrong? Do I need to name this like health bar? I should clarify nested prefabs in Unity. Ah. Something like that. I think there's a signal attached to this and I need to scrap that. I see no signals attached to this. So what is this doing here? I missed the time you could just draw a pixel at an X and a Y. You can do that. I'm not going to because it's insane amounts of maintenance to do that. That's the reason my roguelike doesn't have, my Game Jam roguelike doesn't have as much content as I'd planned. Because, you know, doing that manually is a pain. What do you mean static function instantiate not found in base health bar? Isn't it instantiate? Initialize? I can't remember what it is. Let's Godot and a scene. Thank you. Oh, why is it that color? Where's night mode? Instantiate. Scene.instantiate. What? Oh, I have to preload it first. Oh, that's why. Okay. Bum, 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 bum. Preload. I'm pretty sure there's a way to load the UID. All right. So I feel like at this point, I need to connect a signal to my health bar. What does it do? What signals we got? Changed. Oh wait, no. I need the health bar to connect its signal to my health component. So I need to pass in a signal. Oh no, I had it right. Health bar dot connect, and then I emit the signal on change. And then I need to pass in what I'm changing it to, so that, yeah. What is it? Callable. What? If you don't want cheating, the server dictates nearly everything and the clients beg for an update. I'm just trying to update the UI. Connects a signal by name to a callable. Optional flags. Does a callable, the function? Do I have to pass in a function? Where am I supposed to be doing this? Maybe I'm supposed to be doing this in here. Like on ready, connect to the health component that spawned you. In Python, a callable is a function, but I do know about Godot. Well, Godot connect signal. It's like I've created an object and I want it to have a signal to me. And connecting things via the UI here is super handy because it does the everything. It's just automagic. Maybe a health component should be a scene. It's a node already. This felt so much easier before I actually started doing it. Can I do this in code? I promised myself I wouldn't do this in code. For me, the auto magic makes it confusing, but interesting to watch you work. Normally I watch you play that Hero Factorio game. I mean, if it works, I'm happy to make it Godot's problem forever. And then I never worry about it. But connect the call the connect method on the signals timeout. It's like, okay, so what I need is a function. Var timer. This probably needs a function. I think the reason I'm confused is because what I had before here was the health bar would update itself. Where is it? Progress bar. It has a signal, and I just connect to this signal. Or no, I don't connect to the signal. I call this function when I want to. So why don't I just do that? Wait. Func on HP changed I int. Self dot value equals float I. All right, and all we have to do now is call health bar dot on HP change. Does that work? That doesn't feel like that works. This was connected through wherever the player is. Yeah, HP changed. That script is. There is no script. We emit the signal. The progress bar receives the signal. Focus at this point, make a tiny bitmap or ASCII diagram, how it all links up. I mean, this is not a complicated thing yet. I don't know what that would accomplish. Okay, if I go here, it's because there's no node for me to hook to. So if I make the health component a scene, then suddenly everything makes sense and we're good. I just don't. I don't know. It's probably better. It's probably better to try that. All right, so what if we add a child node? Of course, you're over there on that monitor. We're going to extend a node. We're going to call this the health component. Swap these. Okay, make this the root node. So that's how that works. What? No, I want this to be the root node. Reparent, make the scene root. Okay, that's what I meant to click. No, don't delete that. Get this out of here. Reparent. No, make scene root. There we go. Okay. So now this is the health component. This needs to be renamed. Move that up. I don't think I need this anymore. I might actually still need it because it might still need that. But this now is something that just has a health bar. I don't need to do anything magic. We can, since we are emitting a signal, I have to do something to refresh Godot to make it recognize that we're emitting a signal. There it is. On change, connect that to our health bar. On health component on change. Oh, shoot. There we go. We can get rid of the rest of this. I. We're going to pass in I. Cool. That's it. We did it. We can look at this. There's our health bar. I do want to reuse this. So there's going to be a health bar above every entity that has health. But also, I do want to have a UI element that's just like, here's a list of all things that you can see, and here's their health. I want to be able to show that off in multiple places. So I will be reusing this, or we'll just have like health bar and then large health bar. That should not be complicated. I don't need to preload this. I actually get that for free now. We're good. Because this is a scene now, we have to change this to ready. And we're good. I think we're good. Like, this is it. This is our full health component. There's an on death signal that we're not consuming yet. That's not our problem. Let's confirm that this works by implementing it. Let's go back to our player here. Instead of having a UI with a progress bar, does the health component need to know what it's remembering the health of? I don't think it does. I think we're okay. Is there a way to, if we reference the health component from the player, so if we're in the player script, we don't have this anymore. We're done with that. Preload. Let me get the UID. Or let me just do this for now, actually. I don't like doing the UID because that makes it harder to figure out what is actually happening. 200. If we just say that, that alone should be enough to give us a health bar. But I want to be able to say like HP plus equals 5. Like I'm saying plus equals 5 to an object. I want to set the default for referencing that object to be like, if you reference the object, it says, oh, you meant the health. Let me go ahead and switch you over to there. You can put your mouse over to see what it is or add a comment when working with UIDs. I know. I just don't like that. I would prefer not doing that. I mean, I guess it's for the best. It's dumb because it shouldn't be necessary to have to specify a UID. It should, the Godot editor should just be able to refactor if I move this scene around or if I rename it. It should go, oh, okay, let me just refactor all instances of that scene anyway. But whatever. Copy this right there. It's like when I say vector2 plus vector2, Godot knows what that means. How do I define that? How do I overload? I think is the Godot overload object. I think that's what it was called in C++. Operator overloading is not supported. This means you can add multiple functions. That's not what I meant. Okay. Overloading math operators, yeah. Maybe I'm using the wrong word. All right, let me look at Godot vector 2. Let's look at this. Operators. How do I operator? Godot, how do I operator? Look at this. Operators are used to assign variable. Thanks. Constructor, inner class. Oh, we can put things after the inner class? Ooh, that's fun. Functions override functions with the same name on the base. No, I don't care. Operator. Godot defining what an operator does on an object. Overloading operators in C# or using built-in methods in Godot script. Okay. In GD script. Please stop. This is this. I'm here. I'm already here. What does overload give me? Nothing. All right. You might be overcomplicating the problem. Well, how do I simplify it? Because I don't want, I have the time to make sure I don't end up in a situation where I'm like, all right, it's time to lower the hit points of my player. Time to call hp.health.lower health -3, like, equals hp.health. Like, I don't want to have to do that. I just want to be able to say hp minus equals 5. That's all I want. It should be really easy to do. This should not be, like, there are other objects in Godot that have this functionality already. So I feel like it shouldn't even be hard. What? It's not possible in GD script? Isn't that what the signals are for? No, that's not what the signals are for. Signals are something you emit, and then the thing that's listening for the signal reacts. But like, if I want to deal damage to my player, I want to be able to type HP minus equals damage. That's it. But this HP is not an int. What if I put this, like, down here? Oh, I already have a thing here. Yeah, I just want HP I just want to do that. There's nothing wrong with a nice set of auto loads like music, sound, score. Yeah, I'm not complaining about that. Is it annotation what I'm looking for? Tell me about these annotations. Code region. Yeah, line continuation. Yeah, built-in types. Callable. Initialization order, static variables, static unload, casting, constants. There's so much, and I mean, obviously, this is an entire programming language. There's lambda functions, but we can't overload a frickin' plus sign. Static functions, expressions. Oh, we can do ternaries? That's how you do it. That's not even that bad. Good to know. If else. While, never use that. Match. Control flow. Yeah. Pattern guard. Classes. Registering named classes. Inheritance. Please hold while I learn all of Godot real quick. Just to save like 6 letters every time I want to type a thought. It's important. It's very important to save those 6 letters. Properties. Okay, tell me about exports. What are those? Oh, okay. It just puts it in the property header. Okay, that's fine. That's not a big deal. Puts it here. Setters and getters are really cool. I'm really glad that they exist. Tool mode, memory management. Oh. Signals. Wait, this is the thing I wanted to do. Character node dot get health chain dot connect life bar node dot on character health changed. I could have just done that. Oh, well. Awaiting. I'm almost at the bottom. Assert keyword. Operator. Godot define operator for function object. It's a proposed feature. All right, there's no way to do it. So we just got to make this as painless as possible for us. So we can't say .hp. We have to say func like minus health. back to the player. There they are. This should still work, I think. Hold on, I gotta sneeze. And HP dot subtract HP 1.2, and we don't say 1.2. We say 1. I think the mob still has the old progress bar, so I think this works. Okay, we create a server. Why is there only one Godot? Should be 3. There it is. All right, server, client. There's no health bar above. Damn. Did we not parent it? We shouldn't have to do that. It should be free. The health bar is there. No, this should work. Or are we not creating a component? Did we not give this a health component? No, there's a health component. But maybe instead of doing it like this, we do it like this. And then instead of HP.subtract, we do this lovely little done. All right, we got a server, client. Nope, still not there. Do I need to do something with this synchronizer to make that work? Because I'm not replicating. It should still show up on the client. Even if it's not being replicated, it should still show up somewhere. And I don't see it anywhere. Like, let me just put the server up here. Like, there's no health bar here, there's no health bar here. Oh dear, I found a bug. Why is that happening? Or I should say, why is that not happening? Okay. Save. Let me see if is this being created? We made 6 healths. Does that make sense? I would have expected 3 healths, not 6. Okay, we just created 2 more healths as soon as we spawned a player. Alright, so it's not an issue of this not existing. Just to check, I'm pretty sure this is gonna work. Where are my other Godots? Health is being subtracted. Okay. And now the hard part. Go to our health component. Let's look at the health bar. Do you exist? Yeah, no, there's 6 health bars. 2 more just got made. Huh. Oh, that's confusing. Why is this creating 6 health bars? So we go to the main, we got our player here. Got our map, got our mob. Do I need to update this? This is the player. But like, we're creating a new player, which is correct. We're supposed to do that. What if I cut this? No player to start. Oh, that's where the buttons were attached to the player. No, they're right here. What? Why is, what? Turn off the dark. That hid the buttons? Oh my god. All right. Oh, of course, our camera is off. Without the player, our camera is just like, I don't know where to go. Turn that off, please. Cut this out. Move this somewhere it can be seen. All right, you're a server. You're a client. Oh, there's our health bar. It's there. It just isn't moving. Is this why the health component needs to be a node 2D? So it can inherit position? Is that why? Is that the problem? Because this is not a node 2D? It doesn't have a position? Ridiculous. Let us go ahead and change this to node 2D then. No, you're, what? Where did, your client. There we go. Okay, that was the problem. The problem was it wasn't a node 2D. Excellent. Oh no, all my health. How did I lose all my health? I need to look into that. So by default, this goes from 0 to 100 with a step size of 0.01. There's no reason for that. Maybe I should pass in health here, not I. On change health. Okay. Server is set. Get out of here. Client. This says I have 0 health. That can't be right. We're initializing it. And the default is 100. Huh? Should I export these? Where's my player? Here they are. Okay, we're emitting a signal here, but we don't need to do that. This never gets initialized, but it does. We should be calling this, but we never set this value. That's yeah. Okay. So it should default to 100. If health is greater than max health, health equals max health. I don't know what I was thinking here. Else health minus equals I. If health is less than 0, health equals 0. If health is greater than max health, health is max health. Else, otherwise, on change, which we could probably just emit earlier. What a broken function. If we export this, then we can change it here. Do I want that? No, not really. Because I want my health to be something that I can set in code. Oh well. Let's go ahead and health bar assigned. That's not what I meant. All right. Clearly, this is a useless function. No, that function is being called. It's just not in a useful way. Anyway. Why is my health 1? It should not be 1. It should be a lot higher than that. It's 100. It should be 100. That can't be. Let me try again. Why is it? Why? This is really painful. Stop doing that. Oh, okay. So if I do that, the monster has the right health, but I don't. Is it because I'm using the wrong script? But I'm not using the script. This is hidden. I'm not using this. There are 3 code bases: satellite code from NASA, NASA code that never leaves the planet, and the rest of us are McDonald's code with Happy Meal surprises. That's deep, I guess. Return. Print. Reducing health by I. Reducing health by I 100. Oh, I'm an idiot. This is not how that should be. Health equals I, because we're setting the health value. This is the subtract function, not this. All right. Why is only this instance on top and the rest are hidden? There we go. Okay, and I'm instantly out of health. Can I please? Setting health to 100, setting health to -1. Right to -1. Get that out of here. Alright, what am I doing wrong? None of these should set health to -1. Unless my max health is -1. Oh no, but that wouldn't be. I'm getting handed a -1. What? Subtracting 1 means setting the health to -1. Does this not do what I think it does? Am I crazy? Well, we can just comment all of that out and see what happens. Okay, so there's something wrong with my logic. Because now everything works. Everything's great. Almost. If health is less than 0, let health be 0. I feel like that makes sense. Why wouldn't that work? Oh, it does. Okay, so it must be that my max health is -1. There's no reason for that. Why would that ever happen? Like it's set here. It's 100. Print health param is health param. Max health param is max param. All right. Tell me about what is wrong. That's all correct. That's all correct. Why is this not like it's setting it to the correct values? Max health param is 100. Health param is 100. Everything should be as it should be. Is it max health is the value? I didn't typo it. Health is greater than max health. Oh, now it works. Okay. Okay, brilliant. Let's get this out of here. Get that out. So this should just be functional. We should be able to give this to anything we want to have a health value. We should also be able to do it to things that we don't put in a scene. So we should just be able to take this component, instantiate it in an object, and that object now has a health value. And it has a health bar where you'd expect a health bar to be for a 32 by 32 pixel thing. If we're giving something that is larger, then we need to move this health bar. And that is a problem that I don't need to solve right now. I would like to have large enemies in the future. Theoretically, this code is pretty simple. We might need to have an add HP function. I wish I could just do like that. Yeah, okay, no. I think I should func add HPI. Also, I would like this to be a little cleaner, a little easier to read for future me to deal with. Yeah. Let's go ahead and go back to our main scene and let's get rid of this progress bar. Oh, we already did that. Never mind. JK. What is this progress bar? Oh, that's the big one. That's the big one. We don't even the player doesn't even. We'll get rid of that right now. Actually, let's get rid of this one, but let's keep the UI. The idea is that you have at the bottom of the screen a big health bar for you. Let me just actually see if that works. Get out of here. Yeah. I would like to have that for the health component. Is there a way to basically clone? I don't need this script. We can delete the script. Remove, delete. By the way, did I ever get Git working? I have the Git plugin, but I guess it's not on. It's not urgent that I get that fixed, but I should get that fixed at some point. It's probably just because that's a plugin for 4.5 and I need to get the one for 4.6. Okay. So maybe we can have a function like get progress bar, and then we just need to add it to this. Can we do that? We can't have a progress bar with multiple children. So I can't just child it and attach there. Godot one UI element multiple places. Pulse UI on timers. Some stuff needs a fast update, some stuff needs slow. Save the element as a reusable scene and instance it wherever needed. No, because then I have to instance multiple health components. This is what I want. Why not just duplicate it without children? What's the node's graphical content? Duplicating the instance after it has been configured as a particular character could do the trick. You could also put that scene into a wrapper scene and then instance the wrapper scene. Render it in a viewport and then use it as a texture in all places needed. Okay. I don't hate that. What is this about instancing? Save the element as a scene and instance it wherever needed. For dynamic multi-location layouts, use container nodes to do automatically manage positioning. So if I do something like copy, paste, and then I need to copy the translation. No, that's not how normal people call it. I need to copy the location layout, scale, transform. That's almost what it's called. Hold on, I have to sneeze. All right, the position is that. What if instead of that, though, what if the position was... This node doesn't have a control parent. Get out of here. Okay, so we have the health bar in two places now. Why is there nothing there? Oh, I'm moving the point light. Damn it. There's 32. 32. Oh, there are two of them. Okay. So this is kind of working. No, no, that's not. I don't want to move the point. I don't want to move the point. Get out of here. All right. We have a stupidly large health bar. Server doesn't get a player. Does it work? Nope. That's not moving at all. This one is. Is it? Oh, wait a minute. I never actually tested to make sure this bar worked. Oh, it looks like it looks like, yeah, it is moving. This one does work and this one does not. Now why would that be? Because we're telling health component fix your shit. We're not, and health component is fixing its shit. And this is not its shit. Okay, did I do something wrong, or is the AI wrong? Instance it wherever needed for dynamic location. See, I like the idea of make a viewport and then just texture it wherever you need it. That makes sense to me. Even if I don't know what any of that means. What's a viewport? What's a... Scenes can be configured in a way that all instances behave like clones. Oh, do I have to do something to make that happen? Duplicate? Delete. Because I copy pasted. Maybe that was the mistake. I actually want to duplicate. And then we cut the duplicate. And then we paste. I don't think that's the problem. Oh, is there a property here? Make sub-resources unique. No. Godot duplicate instance. Creates a new copy of the scene. Okay. I don't want a separate copy. I want the same copy. Web crawler gives you AI free links at this point in time. I want the same instance. I just want a reference to it so that I can see my hit points in multiple places. I mean, what I could do, since I've got this signal set up, I could just create like another thing, like health bar, separate that as its own scene, and then I just make sure that I connect the signal to the health component of my player, and there's no auto magic way to do that, but maybe that's the only way. I'm thinking that's okay. Let's go ahead and make a separate scene. Is that really what I have to do? Technically, it isn't. Because what I can do, I mean, yeah, I got this function, but I don't need to really. Just go to the health component, connect the health bar. We're done. All right. Can it go down, please? Damn it. All right, let me, first of all, I need to go into the main, into this mob. What is this? This is not how you work anymore. No. No, we're not doing that anymore. You get one of these. Invalid access right. Okay, that's fair. Subtract HP 4.7. No, it's 5 now. All right. Let's make this 20. That way we can see the bar going down and yeah. What do you mean base null on a null instance? This isn't null. Or are you talking about this? How is that? What? This was working just a second ago. What do you... What? Get out of here. What do you mean null? How is that null? It's not null. Health component is null now? It's right here. Like, what is it talking about? I'm confused. Oh. Because this function is invalid. Why is this wrong? How do I make this not wrong? Method expected 0 arguments, but called with 1. When did that become a problem? Uh, do I have to do something like X? Oh. Wait, how did it work before, though? What? Oh, no. Okay, that wasn't it. All right, what if I comment that out? I know that's not the problem, but I don't understand why this has become a problem. Okay. This is the problem. For some reason, we cannot call subtract HP on this guy. I don't know. Why not? What's going on here? Wait, why is there another... What is this? What is this progress bar coming from? Oh, I have 2 progress bars. Oh, I see the problem. Okay, get out of here. Hold on. Do I have to delete this script? Oh, wait. I have 2 health components, but I named one progress bar. Oh, I already had this working. And then I gummed it up. I don't understand why this isn't working, though. Okay. Oh, it's because this is in character body 2D. That's the problem. I'm trying to call... What is mob? It's not a thing. So if we go to ... mob... Then it should work. Yeah, it works. And we instantly kill the bat. It should have 100 health. Why? Okay, not this problem again. Hold on. That's the problem. 100. This should default to 100. I think I can do that. I can tell it. Default that to number to 100, idiot. Right. And then I can still overwrite it, so that doesn't ruin anything. So if I want my player to have 6 million hit points, this still is fine. I hit server way too many times. I'm not sure that worked. 4, 5. Yeah, no, that didn't work. Why didn't this work? Is it because of this? Actually, I'm sick of this. Why? How did we get back to this problem? The health component, I'm setting it right here. Print I. Like, I know it's going to say 0 out of 0. Oh, 150, 150, minus 20. Minus 20? What? Okay, subtracting 20, subtracting 5, right. So the only way that makes sense is if our health is actually 0. What is this? What is the point of this if that happens? Why am I setting this value? Let me look up Godot. How does exporting? How does that work? Can I do this? Is that permitted? The docs suggest that it's not permitted. Yeah, it's almost like this doesn't matter. Like this is getting overridden. Getters and setters will only be used if the script is in tool mode. Caching errors, scripting errors. Exported variables not showing up. No, they're there. They're just not doing anything. Or they're not doing what I expect them to do. What's wrong? This value doesn't work. I went to all the trouble to put this in the editor to make that value work. I don't want to have to do an onReady every time I instantiate an object just to set its hit points. We don't have a ready, so I don't think that is at play. But is there a ready in here? There's no ready in here either. This is just a physics process. And mob, this is dead. This is empty. It doesn't need anything. I could just delete this actually. Why do I? Who is relying on this? Detached script. That's wrong. This is wrong. And we can verify if we set this to 5 and 5, this batch should lose all its hit points in one hit. Okay, wait a minute. That is set to 5. Okay, so that is actually working. It's just It's just the player that's wrong. Wait a minute. Okay, so is there something wrong with this spawner here? Do I need to refresh this? Do I need to pass in the player scene again? Or do I need to go to the player scene and get the synchronizer? No, this isn't. No, hit points aren't synchronized, so that shouldn't be. Well, that didn't work. Okay. It's almost like this isn't being set. Godot export a variable multiplayer spawner ignored. If the node is spawned before the variable is initialized, or if the node is added via code without proper replication configure. Ensure the node is packed as a scene. It is. The spawner's auto spawn is set. What? What does that mean? Is the spawn path set correctly and the spawn scene is in the auto spawn list? It is. Ensure data is assigned in init rather than ready if it's crucial for the spawned node's setup. Oh my god. Do I have to start over and make this not a scene again? Let me go look into the network handler. Alright, that's useless. Alright, that's useless as well. Okay. Multiplayer spawner, that's what I meant. Call deferred, add child. So if we tell it to spawn a player, we're telling it to spawn a network player. Network player is a packed scene. Yeah, that's our player. Isn't it? Why does it look like that? Why is the max health wrong? How do I set my player's health if I'm spawning them with a network spawner, with a multiplayer spawner? How do I do that? Player name. We are. Well, it's good that I ran into this problem because I was worried that this would be too easy. But I also thought that this would be easy. So I'm kind of... To sync data, use a multiplayer synchronizer on the spawn node or use spawn... How do I do it? How do I... Okay. What was the point of all this if I can't... It's not just their health bar that's showing up wrong, right? The health bar is correct. The problem is actually not the health bar. The problem is this value here is being ignored because this doesn't exist according to the multiplayer synchronizer. So it's just going with the default. It's also a separate problem. There are other problems. So we can synchronize the health, but how do I pass the health, the player's health, to the player? And like I can hard code it, but that's stupid. How do I do it in a way that's not stupid? I went to all this trouble to make a health component. And this is what I get. I don't even want to hard code this. Just give me that. This will result in me instantly dying because my character has 0 health. So it worked if I put it in the health component, it's fine. So if I set this to 200, 500. No, this doesn't do anything. What? Where's it getting the defaults from? What? How is it doing this? Server. Client. Okay. So if I don't set a value, it's at D0. But if I set 99999, 99999, and here it's set to not that, but you know. Now those are in sync. So if it gets dropped down to 100, 100, where is that? Oh, now it works. Okay. Oh yeah, all I have to do is get mad, and then the code starts working. Amazing. It's on the instantiated health component in the player scene. Okay, so if I wipe this, okay, so it's reading this and it's ignoring the player one, of course. Of course. Wait, why is that the default? What? I don't understand. Is this setting the default? Is that what that's doing? I mean, that doesn't help me. Oh, okay, this is doing... Okay, what if I set this to 20? No, 40. 40. Why does it work now? Whatever. All right, so if I set this to 0, I don't change the player at all. Players, okay, it's still 40-40. And then we go over here, we start the game, and it's still, oh no, there it is. Now that doesn't make any sense. It's like, if this is 0, screw whatever the player says. Their hit points are 0. But if we set it to infinity billion, let's not do that, but let's set it to this. Actually, let's set it to 1. Let's just set it to 1 and see what happens. Save. Then we go to the player. We'll set this to, I don't know, 60. Are we going to get 60 or are we going to get 1? We get 1 or 0. That does not make any sense. But if we set this to 9999999, and it works. So what might be happening is when the thing is created, it's actually creating our health first, and our health initializes to 0, because of course it does. And then we're hitting this line, and we're saying, oh, wait a minute, that health value you just set, it's greater than 0, so actually your health is 0. And then, after we do that, we go here and we go, all right, and then let's set our max health. So the solution is this, if my theory is correct, which is incredibly frustrating and dumb, but okay. You know, that's on me. No, actually, that wasn't the problem. The heck? Look, if we set our max health to 99999, it works. I feel like my theory is correct, but I'm missing something because I thought this would have fixed it. Maybe if I set this to 100. Get rid of that. That's fine. You know what? That's fine. Uh, 40. Okay. I thought that would mean that my health would get set to 40. I'm so confused, but I want to, there's a way, print, oops, health was too high, I'll fix. Yeah, okay, that's, yeah. We should just never, that should never happen. But what if I set this to 1? Okay, that somehow that got worse. 99999. What? Oh, I'm an idiot. I'm setting the wrong thing. Okay. 99999. Wait, I just added the print lines and now it's gone. Oh, the problem was we didn't have print lines. Okay, that's the problem. Now that we've added the print lines, everything works exactly as it should. Five. Oh, it's actually it's because I had the max health set. Oh no, I'm just kidding. It's not because of that. I'm sorry, you're the server. You're the client. Why? Why is this? Okay, so what if we set the max health to 0? Oh, health was too high. All right, we'll change that health down to 0. Yeah, yeah. Let me go ahead and do this in this order. It was set to 5, but now it's set to 1. That's the bat. But the bat isn't... That shouldn't be a problem at all for the bat, because it's not getting spawned. It's not getting replicated. What? Why is that happening? The bat's health component should be perfectly safe. Do I need like an on ready export? On ready will set the default value after export takes effect and will override it. All right, there's a simple fix, but I just want to see if there's a way I can make this happen. Can I ignore this error? Warning treated as error. Please treat it as nothing. I would like to suppress. We're not allowed to suppress? Whatever. I mean, what if I say... and max health is greater than 0. Suddenly everything works as we expect it to. Kind of. That's not quite correct. But let's go to our player. There it is. Let's change this. Oh, our health is 0. Okay. Maybe we should like on initialize set health equal to max health. Func ready health equals max health. Where's our main? That's fine. Max health equals 0, but we should be overriding it. Do we? Okay, hold on. Do we need this anymore? Since we're not calling this until ready. No, we do need it. Are you serious? On ready. How is that happening? All right. All right, I'm pretty sure if I print max health is correct. So when is this getting called that max health is 0? It actually doesn't make sense that the bat... It no longer makes sense that this function would ever happen. Like, because this doesn't get set until ready, and then we're just setting it to max health. So we're going through here, but I is max health. So how is max health 0? Like, that doesn't actually make sense. That's actually nonsense. Is it because of this? What if I just do this? I'm not going to tell you it's an int. Oh, all right. All right. I give up. I give up. I'm going to do this. Why isn't it... Where's the problem? Why isn't it happening now? I was ready to do... I was ready to just give up and set that to 999999. But now, okay. Now it's fine. All right, stop doing this. I need to fix something. We have the progress bar in this function. Let's go to our health component. We have the health bar. Health bar dot value equals health. Health bar dot max value equals max health. Excellent. I think that's working as I expect it to. How much damage am I doing? I think I'm doing like 1 damage. Is that in the player? It must be in the player, yeah. I'm doing 5 damage to the mob. So why did the... Okay, the mob has 5 hit points. Why did it take 2 hits to empty the mob's hit point bar? Yeah, what? That took 2 hits. But the mob only has 5 health. Oh, it has 10 health. Okay, I'm not insane. Actually, everything's as it should be. Great. We can move on because I don't want to be here anymore. I want to get this functional. I don't know why it's not functional already. Because it's connected, it's not connected. Where's the signal? It's not here, is it? It's here. Disconnect, connect, and Godot crashed. Amazing. All right. Well, please hold while I reload Godot. Go to method. Yeah, that's the problem. I connected it to the wrong function. There's only one function in here, so I assumed it would connect it to the right function, but actually, it invented a function and connected to that instead. Oh yeah, okay. Now, I think there's one other value I need to set to make that health bar work, because that was not quite right, but let me go to the health bar. I think it's step. No, we set max value. Oh, I'm not setting this max value though. So I need this health bar needs to have its min and max values set. I wish there was a way to tell the health component, like, get all the bars that have signals connected to you. Get all of them, set all of them. Because I'm doing it like this. Godot, is there a way to get all things that have signals connected to an object? Get signal connection list? Godot get signal connection list. Oh, good. It's a real function. Okay. This returns an array of connections for the given signal. Each connection is represented as a dictionary that contains 3 entities: the signal, the actual function, and some flags. No, I don't want that. I want a list of every object that's connected. Unless I can get the object from a callable. Get object. Excellent. All right, we're in business now. So all we have to do for callable in get signal connection list. This returns an array of dictionary on change. All right, let's look at this. Let's look at this function, but pretend I'm smart. Each connection is represented as a dictionary that contains 3 entries. Okay, so we have a dictionary. We're iterating through it. Or we have an array. We're iterating through it. We're getting a dictionary. dict callable. Is that right? It's lowercase. Dot to get object. Yes. Dot value equals health. All right. Is this stupid? Yes. Should I not do that? Probably not. It works though. All right. Well, let's not do that though. Maybe I can keep this. What might be better is to have a function set progress bar, and then we call that function because I think the thing is we need to be able to support adding hit point bars in the future, in the middle of the game, not just on game creation. I would like maybe we could just have like a function like get progress bar, and then it'll do all that setup automatically. Oh, that's annoying. That is annoying because I'm gonna have to be able to call progress bars from code from time to time, or maybe I don't. But I'm gonna have to be able to spawn an arbitrary number of health progress bars for health, and I need to set them up. Oh, I have a script for the health bar. Actually, I can just func on or ready. When a health bar is created, why don't I just do it like this? I can see my parent is a component, but they're not because there's no parent here. So I can't do that. I can't just rely on get parent. But maybe I can do get node health component. Godot get node. Retrieve a reference to a node within the scene tree using a specified node path. Okay. So it'll always be attached to a player or a mob. That's not true. I should not assume that. How do I make sure when I'm getting a health component, I'm getting the closest one on the tree? Find node. You can export a node path variable and assign the node reference in the inspector panel in the Godot editor. This allows you to easily change the reference node without modifying the script code. Huh. You know what? Maybe this is a problem for future me to deal with when I get to that point, when I'm adding more UI components. I'll figure out how to make the UI that is created accurate without this stuff. All right, comment that out. Keep this uncommented because for now that works. Press that. Get this out of here. Client. That hit point bar works and this hit point bar works. All right. For now, I'm going to say that's done. I would check it in, but I can't. What was the other thing I wanted to work on? The on-death signal. Well, we have it. I just don't know what to do for death. Create the UI components for health. Sync them all up. Oh, right. I need to sync the mob. And I think that's easy. Okay, so first of all, I need to sync... The multiplayer synchronizer only synchronizes position. I need to add property. Am I just adding the health component? That doesn't seem right. Oh no, it is right, because I need to replicate the progress bar as well. Yes. No, I just the whole thing. No, the whole thing. Looks good. Yeah. Add entire health component. Okay. I don't need to add position, rotation, scale, or skew. I don't need to add canvas item. There's more than one int in this thing. Why is this the only thing? Do I have to export it to replicate it? No, you can type the path in manually. Oh, this is a dumb button. Okay, that's what I'm being told. So I can just do this. Open. Health component. Health. I guess I should sync the max health. That should be synced too. That should never change as far as I know. Unless I decide it does. Oh, I'm not testing that. I need to... okay, so server... First client... Second... Oh, okay. Yeah. That's... It's synced. The mob is not synced, but that's okay. Oh, wait. No, yeah, no, that's correct. That's correct. No, I'm on the right path. Okay, now I just need to add a multiplayer synchronizer to the mob. Create. We should synchronize the position. We should synchronize a lot of things, but let's just synchronize the health for now. Add that. Yeah. Great. There he is. Now we should be able to teamwork on this bat. That should not be replicated. Oh, it's only because it's the multiplayer spawner is spawning the whole player. What? Well, now this bat is unkillable. I done fucked up. Is it because it's not a multiplayer object? Because I didn't multiplayer spawn it? Should just be on change. Not always. What is the difference? What if I do on change? Theoretically, that should be the same thing. Why is the camera attached to this player for both clients? That's a little weird. There is an answer. I have not invested a lot of time in understanding this multiplayer synchronizer, so it should just be a case of like make this a scene, and then in the player's like ready function, spawn a camera and attach it to me. And there's something about multiplayer authority that I need to like understand. And I'm not there yet. But anyway, why isn't this working? I'm going to assume that the multiplayer synchronizer only works if you have a multiplayer spawner. Godot multiplayer synchronizer. Don't copy the player to get your second. Build it from scratch. What? Your function is doing two things. The multiplayer synchronize just synchronize properties you need to combine with the multiplayer spawner to instantiate nodes. So what I could do, I could say when you're a server, also spawn you some mobs. That doesn't seem very scalable, though. Also, I could just be, like, misreading what this is saying. So there's one mob across all instances. Obviously, it's the same mob. Does it need a synchronizer? It shouldn't. Oh, it will, because if another player attacks the bat on my computer, this will stop any results from that being shown to me. So I need the synchronizer to get around that. Func ready. Only the player who owns this character should see the UI and use the camera. If not, is multiplayer authority. UI hide false. Hope work. And the player? I could try that. UI.hide. That's the oh, it is the UI. So something like that. Player 1, player 2. Okay. Oh, that makes sense. The last camera was taking control because it's the last camera. It's the most recent camera. So that's why on this player I could see this player. And on this player I could see this player. Okay. Now back to the problem of synchronizing the mob HP. Could it be because this is the, like, the name is very vague, and it could be, I could be referring to any health component. It doesn't know which health component to replicate. Could that be what's happening here? Do I need to do something like this? Oh, wait a minute. Do I need to do something like this? Position. Why is never an option? Here's a property. Don't ever replicate it. There's probably a very good reason for that. Oh, yeah, okay. I need to replicate. Hello, other game. Can you join? All right. I mean, this is a good idea. So it should be that this updates the health and max health. What if I forget what happens if I set these? It's I can't hit them anymore. Client 1, client 2. No, I can still hit them. They're not, the health isn't being updated, but I can still hit them. Do I need to just replicate, like, is it possible that replicating this doesn't trigger the signal? Drunken walk function can make testing faster. Function is also good for mazes and for textures, so an all-around nice guide code. I will think about that when I have a moment. if I have the mob print its hit points. Where's the player? Oh, the player is here. Character body 2D. I need to rename that. Okay. Let's go ahead and print the mob's health. Let's just see what we get. Server. Client. Okay. 5. Now what if I do it again? Still 5. 0. 0. Okay. Huh. And what can you do? What functions do you have? Is there like a... Can I just like call the replicator manually? Multi-synchronizer. Godot. I hope there's a function that launches game simulation positions. I don't know what that means. Root path. Node path the replicated properties are relative to. If the root path was spawned by a multiplayer spawner, the node will also be spawned and despawned based on the synchronizer visibility options. Do I need to not put the synchronizer here? Oh, this is the wrong one. Does it need to be on the same level as the health component? Oh, it is on the same level. Do I need to put it here? What am I doing? Not a useful test is what I'm doing. All right, no good. Dunk that. Dunk that. Let's try this. Oh. Thought I would need to add a relative path. Back to this. Oh. What is delta interval mode? Hold on. Did I set something up here that I've... Public visibility is true. Visibility update mode is idle. No, these are the same. Okay. Game health? No. No dice. Oh, their hit points are locked at something is getting replicated, but it's not getting replicated correctly. Because I'm doing damage and then it's like, actually the hit points are still 10. Where is that coming from? Somebody is replicating and they shouldn't be. Go back to this. Hold on, I gotta sneeze. All right. Well, at least I'm doing damage. The damage is sticking. Just out of curiosity. I can't do damage anymore. It's being constantly updated from the server, I guess. How do I update this guy's health? How do I do that? Godot value not replicating in multiplayer. Authority, node paths, or the configuration of multiplayer synchronizer, or RPC calls. The server should have authority. Client input is sent via RPC. For player-controlled characters, the client who owns that character should have authority over its movement and input. Okay. So the problem is, I have my player here doing damage to the mob. If this is correct, which odds of this being correct are not like that great, but this does not work because I'm the player. So what I should do is I should instead get the server to recognize my attack. How do I do that? That makes sense because the server made this. Well, I shouldn't say the server. The first thing, so actually, which one of these is the actual start window? If I make this the client, if I make this the server, this one the client, and then second client, we should maybe see this work. No, actually it doesn't work. Just kidding. Don't have authority. So I need to make the server. And how do I do that? Godot make the server call function on the server. On the server multiplayer dot peer connected dot connect on player connect func on player connect to func. Server recognized a new player with ID. Is it here? Over here. Multiplayer peer. Does this have a signal? I don't know where to do that. This is the only object that I have. Looks like there's a window tiling for multiplayer window launching later when it drives you nuts. Oh, yeah. That's not here. Well, it's not where I thought it would be. Alright, I'll figure that out later. Is this? No, that's not. Spawned or despawned? Okay. What is that signal called that you're talking about? On player connected? I'm kind of scared to switch over to 4.6. Did you recently switch from 4.5 to 4.6 without issues? So far, the client has crashed one time, but that was I'm doing multiplayer. Oh, it's right here. Oh no, it's not. Those are not signals. I don't know if that would have I don't know if that was a 4.6 thing or if that would have crashed on 4.5 as well. But the editor looks a little different, so it is a difference. It's not like a minor update. As far as I know, anyway. Multiplayer peer. Oh. Okay, so actually this is the right place to put that. Start client. Server multiplayer dot peer connected. I'm assuming that's no lowercase. Maybe it is capital server. I don't know what that is. Maybe it's just this. All right, well, I mean, that works. It doesn't help me solve my problem at all. Is that just a random number? It is just a random number, okay. Anyway, back to this question. RPC. You must first annotate the function with RPC authority in GDScript and then call it using the RPC syntax. All right, tell me about this RPC function, Godot RPC. Remote procedure calls, functions that can be called on other peers. To create one, use the RPC annotation before a function definition. To call an RPC, use the callable method RPC to call in every peer, or RPC ID to call in on a specific peer. RPCs will not serialize objects or callables. Fair enough. For a remote call to be successful, the sending and receiving node need to have the same node path, which means they must have the same name. This is vaguely jogging my memory about how this can be done. Can we just invent a function? No, we have to RPC. We have to declare it first. Let's go to our character body 2D, and for some reason this is where I've decided I'm damaging the mob. So let's just func RPC func damage mob there. Nope. I. Gonna have to think about this hard because we're gonna have to have like a combat handler and then just have the server run that, which is not a huge deal, but I was kind of hoping I would be able to avoid having a handler like that. I guess I should get started. Handler. .rpc ID 1? Is that correct? Back in my day, we used smoke signals and windsock. No thank you. Instant crash. There's no such thing as RPC ID. You just invented that. Whole cloth. Were you listening to AI? No, actually, we were looking at this. Authority, call remote, reliable, 0. Okay, authority, only the multiplayer authority can call remotely. This authority is a server by default, but can be changed any peer. So we want any peer to be able to call this function for now. Call local. Why would I... This function can be called... This function will not be called on local peer. This function will be called on local peer. Oh, okay. Got it. Got it. I'm the server. I want to be able to call this function. Yes. Damage mob RPC ID 15 correct. Calls the RPC ID method of the function, passing the ID and arguments. Ah, Reliable. Resend attempts are sent until the packets are acknowledged and the order is preserved. It has a significant performance penalty. Transfer channel must always be last. The channel index. What is a channel index? Don't worry about it. You don't need to know. All right, let's try this. So we're doing that. All right, and then we're doing this. Hey, it works. RPC to the rescue. All right, so that I have to completely rethink everything because that kind of means the server should just be responsible for everything, as Bone Circuit you were saying earlier. Like this multiplayer synchronizer, great idea. Anyone who's not a player should not be synchronizing. Anybody who's a player should not be synchronizing Jack. Anyone who's a server should be doing all the synchronizing. There's probably a significant performance penalty for doing that, but I don't know, like I don't know. The alternative is to have some sort of peer-to-peer system where we're just like anyone can damage anyone at any time. And then we just make every function an RPC function. Is there a way to do that? Godot, make everything an authority. Can we just disregard multiplayer authority completely? Godot, turn off multiplayer authority. I'm not going to do this. But I'm just curious. The server's peer ID is always 1. Cool. Clients have unique IDs. Danger, Will Robinson. No, I just want to know. I just want to know. Is there a way to say, actually, we're a peer-to-peer system. We don't believe in servers. Everyone has authority over everything. Can we just turn that off? And the answer is no. Okay, that's fine. If the answer is no, that's fine. But then I don't understand why a client would ever replicate to another client. That doesn't make any sense to me. It makes sense that they would replicate to the server. But no, it doesn't, because the server should be handling everything. So like what would the client send to the server besides RPC commands? I need to figure that out. I guess actually synchronizing the position is fine. No, it's not, because that means the player can... No, that's not fine. The server should be handling the position. The player should be asking permission from the server. I don't know. I gotta do research, figure this out. I'm not doing that on stream. Watch 3 hours of YouTube video on stream challenge. No. I've succeeded in my goals, and in doing so learned that there are more goals that I need to set. We've got the health component. So if we have a thing and we want it to have health, theoretically all I need to do is add a health component to it. And then that's it. Well, and then I need to like actually set its health. Good. That's a good start, because we're definitely going to have more than just whatever this is. Clients appeal to request an action from the server. We've got the UI working. This is a placeholder UI, this thing down here, but you know, it works. Oh. Oh, it replicated the bat. Do I even need this synchronizer? Oh, I do, because the server needs to send that out. Yes, I do need that. That's what the synchronizer is for. It's for the server to use. Okay. No, I knew that. Why am I saying that like I didn't know that? No, I knew that. Never mind. We got the UI working. Everything's fine. We got the they're all synced up for multiplayer. And we are technically creating an on-death signal. Technically. Do I want to separate these scripts and scenes? Maybe it's fine. Maybe I don't need to do that. Later down the track, a little cheap server will help with the server doing NAT punching stuff for longer network connections. I mean, I have a server right here. I just don't... I'm definitely not at the point where setting that up is useful. I want to move this handler into the handlers. Yes. Multiplayer spawner. I don't know what that is. We'll work on the network later. And this guy will be... I don't know. What do I need to work on next? I should decide that before I call the stream. It would be nice to maybe what I need next is to add an inventory and be able to pick up and drop a dummy item between players. That doesn't feel very easy, and I don't know how useful that is right now. So instead, what I'm going to do is I'm going to investigate mouse nav, because I think that's important to get early on. And then I'm going to have UI elements that can be dragged around in the game. That's my plan. So I would like to be able to just move this. I think it's going to be pretty easy to make this movable. If I just put like a little, like a blue bar, or like if I double click on it, a thing pops up, and then I can, when I drag the mouse, I can get where the position is. Say, is this overlapping that movable bar? And if it is, move it. Move it with the mouse until I let go. Like, that should be straightforward-ish. What I'm a lot sketchier on is like being able to resize it, being able to dock it to the edge of the screen. I don't know how to do that. So that'll be an interesting challenge to do next time. A lag indicator for all clients would be handy. I'm not there yet. 100%. That's going to be something that gets added at the very end of the game. Because I don't know. It's kind of like how the main menu was the last thing I added to my roguelike, where it's like, this isn't the game. It's vital for the game, but this isn't the game. So I'm not gonna work on it until I have no other possible ways to procrastinate working on it. Extends control var dragging equals far. Oh, are you already solving that problem? I can't do it right now. I'm at time, but I will take that code and look into it. Let me just add it to here. The dragging is not the hard part. It's the docking and the resizing that I'm a little. It's not. It's not like, oh, this is impossible. No one could do this. It's just I just need to think about it some more. It's kind of like how I need to think about the multiplayer synchronizer and the server authority and being able to damage things. I might just make a combat handler. I was gonna not do that. I was really excited to not do that, but no, we're gonna make a combat handler. It's gonna be the server is gonna be in charge of like who gets to attack and when. We'll just have a central list and yeah. Having working combat is essential for my motivation to keep going. So I'm going to prioritize that over like adding an inventory or getting a lighting system working or anything like that. But yeah, working UI. Okay, let me see what we have in terms of who to raid next. Once you have RPC connections, some engine, have a join stream, which saves a lot of boilerplate. What's a join stream? I don't know what a join stream is. What is that? Chatbot. A set of players synchronized. Oh, you mean just have like an array of players somewhere? Or a linked list? It's not an array, it's a linked list. Yeah, that makes sense. That's a good call. I'm gonna go ahead and click this button. Alrighty. I'm still feeling pretty motivated, so tomorrow we'll be doing more code. I've laid out what I think we'll be doing, but that's not set in stone. You know, it depends. Instead, if not, we'll code something. Anyway, thanks for watching, y'all. Hope y'all had a good time. Hope y'all are making your games. Hope y'all are playing lots of games. Hope things are going well. Hope y'all are having lots of fun. See y'all next time. Boop.